Speaking of awards, Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla was asked about his thoughts on potentially winning Coach of the Year last night and had a very interesting response. Listen to this.
I think it's a stupid award. They shouldn't have it, and it's more about the players and it's more about the work that the staff puts in, and it's just that simple. I really don't ever want to be asked or talked about it again.
He doesn't want to be asked, and he doesn't want to talk about it ever again. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about it. He thinks it's a stupid award. He wants the attention more to go to the players or to his staff. I can understand that. Does he have a point, Perk, in what he's saying?
Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. And look, he's entitled to his own opinion. That don't mean I have to agree with it, and damn it, I don't. And look, I believe Joe Mazzulla is in the conversation for Coach of the Year. But we can't sit up here and disrespect that award. We can't sit up here and disrespect the greats that have walked up and down that sideline. Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Red Auerbach. Like, what are we talking about at this point? You know, hey, listen. In order to win the championship, it's a thing where the person on the side that used to be in the suit, but now they don't have a dress code, that matters. Getting a team and to play agenda-free basketball, that matters. Maxing out guys and putting them in position to be successful, that matters. Getting guys to be stars in their role, that matters. Timeout and knowing when to let the play go on, that matters. Knowing how to draw up a play in the timeout matters. Knowing how to hold your superstars accountable matters. I can't agree with Joe Mazzulla. I won't agree with him. It is not Coach of the Year should be a honor. It is giving flowers to coaches, and I just don't agree with him on this point.
Well, I completely 1,000% agree with Big Perk. You're absolutely 1,000% right, 10 toes down. Joe Mazzulla, I'm very fond of. I don't know him, met him one time. He obviously can coach his butt off, no doubt about it. And to succeed Ime Udoka is one thing, but to be on Ime Udoka's coaching staff prior to all of that happening in Boston years ago was another. Here's what my problem with Joe Mazzulla and what he says. On too many occasions, and I don't know him from a can of paint, but on too many occasions when you see the attitude that he exudes and some of the things that he says, it's like, my brother, you talk about thinking about the players. Well, bump the players for a second. How about thinking about the other coaches? I mean, you're acting like your profession is nothing, that it takes nothing to do what you do. And yes, that's an exercise in humility, and you're doing it for yourself, and it's a stupid award, and it ain't about the coaches, it's just about the players, or it's just about the players or whatever. Well, ask the players that. Ask the players. Ask LeBron James. Ask Steph Curry. Ask some of the all-time greats, whether it's a Kevin Durant or anybody else. Ask them what coaching means. Ask them if anybody can coach. Ask them and see what they tell you. That's just not the truth. But most importantly, because your profession is what it is, there are people who aspire to be in your position. And when you say something like that, or you feel that way, you are minimizing your profession, not just your individual greatness and your contribution to the Boston Celtics, which is obvious because you're already a champion, but you're also minimizing those cats on the come up in your profession who aspire to sit in that chair, and it would mean everything to them. Greg Popovich was once an assistant, okay? Loved that. When he won the championship, do you know what he did when they had their ring ceremony? And this is when they won it years ago with David Robinson and Tim Duncan as a rookie year. You know what he did the next year, opening night at the ring ceremony? Because I was there. They played Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers. His mentor was Larry Brown. Greg Popovich took the ring, walked over to Larry Brown to show it to Larry Brown and to thank Larry Brown for all that Larry Brown did for him to get him in that position where he ultimately ended up winning a championship before Larry Brown went to Detroit and won his championship. This is what we're talking about here. It means a lot to these guys. It's not nothing. Excuse the double negative. It's not nothing. It's something. It's very, very significant. And Joe Mazzulla saying what he said, and I'm sure it wasn't his intent. I'm in no way disrespecting the brother because there's nothing but respect for him. I'm just simply saying he's great as a coach, but you got some assistants on that bench. including my boy Sam Cassell that I've known for years, who deserved to be a head coach, I might add, who's been clamoring to be a head coach, would give anything to be a head coach, to run a sideline himself. You think it means nothing to him? You think it meant nothing to Ime Udoka, who was without a job and come back and get the job and to be in Houston? It freaking matters, man. And Joe Mazzulla should remember that before he speaks the way that he speaks about the coaching profession. It is not nothing. It means a great, great deal. And it takes a special man to lead folks to a championship, which he has done.
And real quick, Shay, let me say this, S.A. Coaches actually sacrifice the most. They're in the gym more than the players are. When you talk about coaches, they are stressed out throughout a NBA season. I can only imagine what college coaches got to go through with the recruiting and all that. But coaches are on standby 24/7. A player could call an assistant coach at 3 o'clock in the morning, and damn it, that assistant coach go meet him at the gym. Their eyes are bloodshot red because they're watching film all day long. So when you talk about the sacrificing part and putting in the time, they put in more time than the actual players do.
No Celtics coach has won Coach of the Year since Bill Fitch in 1979 and 1980. It's been a minute. I'm sure it would matter to that franchise as well. What should we expect, though, of the Steelers this coming? So a little bit of a different approach than Victor Wembanyama. He said he's just going to let his game do the talking. Remember, Wemby kind of listed off the reasons why he deserves the MVP. But who right now has the better case for most valuable player? Is it SGA or is it Wemby? Perk, what do you think?
Stephen A., you checked your email? Did you check your email? I think you probably got the same email
what?
I just got from Mark Broussard from the NBA about whether or not you want to participate in voting. Well, I just replied yes.
I actually got it last week, and I said yes. Yes, I am participating.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse the hell out of me. I just got it. I just got it this morning, and so while I was actually on First Take, and so let me say this: I replied yes, and I'm voting. And it's 3 votes that are already penciled in, or should I say penned in, marked in, Sharpie style for me. Coach of the Year, that is going to Mitch Johnson for me, for the San Antonio Spurs. Defensive Player of the Year is going to Victor Wembanyama, okay? And here we are, the MVP is going to SGA. For me, SGA is getting my vote for MVP. 60-win season, 31 points, and doing that coming fresh off a long-ass run to win the NBA championship. I don't understand. I don't know if people understand how hard that is to do. And he's also, again, joining the company of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. 4 consecutive seasons of averaging 30 while shooting over 50% from the field. And he's been doing this without majority of the season, without his second option, his Robin and J-Dub. And here it is again, best record in the league. And that performance last night against the Pistons and him closing out that game, it just locked it down for me. That game was, that was on a back-to-back, by the way. They just played Sunday, and then all of a sudden they played last night, and he was available. And he went against that defense. And I know they was missing a lot of starters, but they still bring a certain type of physicality and tenacity. And for him to close it out and get it done the way that he did, I'm locking in SGA on my vote for MVP. And I'm not mad at others if they go elsewhere, but in my eyes, SGA is the clear-cut